Now, is this the neighborhood watch?
Yes.
Boy, it's not too packed.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, yourself.
Okay.
Steve, YMCA?
Okay, thank you. He said, let me look it up real quickly. It's one of the oldest incinerators, and so he said, hey, Mary, good morning. He said, apparently there's 4 pieces of equipment that they're required, that they're currently required, incinerator plants are currently required to have them. Ours only has 2 of those 4 things because it's so old. And so,
We were putting a lot of machines. But the one thing that our is that it's usually covered.
right, but according to him, you know, and again, he's not just, you know, one side of the story, but you know, there's still a lot of bad stuff that's coming up out of the stack. And his whole deal really is, we just need to move to a zero waste lifestyle, which, you know, like, it's not gonna happen, right? Right, and I understand that, but, you know, I've been like singing the praises of our Steve. I don't have to worry about putting plastic in the trash anymore because they have plastic for steam plant. But now I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's not the be all and end all. I thought it was.
Yeah, have you been?
I've been, it was a long time ago, but we have been on that tour. It was probably 6 or 7 years ago. It might have even been more than and I would like to go on those tours again.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just wanted to have maybe a little more nuanced understanding of, relatively speaking, is it as good as I have been thinking that it is?
Okay, it's 100% better than stuff going in the light.
Good morning, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Chairs are all around. Because the thing with the landscaper is.
I'll get called, and I'll get called second guess, and I'm not gonna do it.
Consideration.
That's why I said, just.
And they never had
Sure.
to technology since you.
I was sitting close enough, I could see his hands.
Oh, yeah.
Just amazing.
Like immediately he started going in that direction where he was just moving. I was like, this is gonna be amazing.
They were ready.
Yeah, he's so talented.
I'm not his mother-in-law.
But
Oh, yeah.
whatever we keep, it was down, it was down,
Which is worse, yeah, which is.
a guy.
Oh, thank you.
How's everything? Oh, this, oh, you're doing all right.
So, you know,
Yeah, it's really much.
Yeah.
I was gonna go to another one in the spring.
Actually, I have business cards for today. Like, we'll pick up,
Yeah.
like, big jam
You play two
printer.
games.
Yeah, I was so surprised
So I
that
have to
he's
figure out really quick. But, yeah.
And
definitely against it. It's like, it is like the big bad monster. She has the incinerators, a big bad monster. And one of the things he said was, even in landfills, like, how is it? He's like, that just gives them an incentive to collect, you know, more garbage, and so landfills will do garbage, you know, from other areas to make more methane. You know, it's like not encouraging people to not send stuff to landfill, is what he's saying.
He's so, I think what would be helpful is, I don't know. But I believe he's been there. And they just asked him to go through the history and just explain to me, you know, things what the benefits, the distractions. Joe is a very, very cool, honest guy. Everybody go before this, you know, go as soon as you can because he'll be gone.
Okay.
You get two people doing the tours now, and they're great, but John always needs.
Oh, yeah.
He brings people into his office, and
Oh, that they found it there. I do remember seeing some stuff when I was there before.
There is a ton.
Yeah. I'll send, I'll send you the smart as Asian website the presentation, just so you know. Yeah. I just wanted to get a little fuller picture, probably where I was before I sent it on that Zoom was too naive, but I also know that there's middle ground, and there's the reality and the practicality of what we actually have made happen. Yeah, because he was talking about paying through systems where we pay for bag trash.
So if you look at our last meeting.
Oh, hi. I would've gone to that eventually. Trying to get warmed up and just be such a burden.
For our obligation. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but what we have to do is it's already
I'm not gonna be here for very long. And that's really, that's my whole goal.
Yes.
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 My brother lives in the,
Right under Title I today. I'm like, across the street, so that's why it's two things.
Yeah.
people I know, they're just like, okay, we'll do
She
it.
is, but look, she, did you send in for a job?
I am. Yeah. Really well. I felt a whole lot better about his worldview than the first time. Yeah.
Most is worried about him being
Which has the oh, right. Yeah, I was very encouraged. I sent an email to Dave Hunt because he had asked me to connect him with anybody who was interested. He's already got his application in. So, yeah. He seems enthusiastic about it, and he said, "Were you serious about it? You'll be there, you know, be available to help." And I was like, absolutely. Like, if you can get some momentum going, I could be your right hand man, you know? Which is what I would, you know, if we get some momentum going, I would, you know, like to stay involved, you know, in a support.
It's institutions for college.
All right,
Take their certificates.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice to see that energy.
Hey, that's
You know, trade shoes. Well, Sally has her shoes. They've been nice for years.
Yeah, but.
I see her all the time.
Right.
Very interesting.
Right, yeah, yeah, it is.
Well, not if I ask you that. So it's on much better. Yes.
And.
You guys are.
This morning, I was like,
You gotta move.
just in case. Across the team.
No, I
Right, yeah. Yeah, the opposite problem is too small.
That's fine. I'll do that to my sister. She's not waiting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm not.
I'll go ask.
We're retired. We're not carrying stress. I'm just bragging. I'm just bragging.
I've been to Germany and they're We're 1980, I learned how to recycle. We live, we're our first. Where'd you live?
We're this way, right? Just a little bit of that.
Yeah, we were.
I didn't realize.
I got here
I guess.
I'll put you first. All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Did everybody sign in? If you did not, before you leave, just please sign in on the little booklet that's up front on my laptop. It's directed this way, so if you want to turn your chairs around, you're more than welcome to do so. I didn't know how many people were going to show up, so here we are. We did have a slight change in the agenda, so I'm going to let Ms. Tina come up and start off, and she's going to talk about, I guess, tutoring. I'm not sure, but Mr. Charles just asked me to list. If you do want to speak on this side, because the camera's pointing this way, though.
Oh, there's a camera.
Yeah, you're recorded. No pressure.
I'm Tina O'Toole. I'm the director of Newsom Bailey Project. Has anyone heard of us?
Tell me.
Okay. We've been around for 20 years tutoring kids in mostly Newsom Park area. That's where we got started. Newsom Bailey is named after the African-American lawyer whose house you can visit. You probably see the sign on the road. He was a big proponent of equal opportunity education for everyone. And really, it's a neat place to visit because there's a whole room of famous people that have come from the Newsom Park neighborhood, where the schools used to be really, really good. Katherine Johnson, if you've ever heard of her, she's the woman that NASA rocket scientist, mathematician. came from, well, she taught at Newsom Park Elementary. Fast forward, the scores have really been plummeting down there. The housing unit wasn't built to last this long, and a lot of kids come from single parent homes, and there's some different issues that affect student scores. So all these years, we have stayed at Newsom Park Elementary. During COVID, we even worked with our students and took them to a church down in the shipyard area and worked one-to-one with them. Our students came out of that COVID era with better scores than most of the kids because they had a one-to-one tutor sitting there doing the computer work with them and then following up, making sure they ate lunch and then got dropped off. So I'm pretty proud of what we do in that area. We took on Marshall Early Learning Center, which a lot of their kids feed into Newsom Park 4 or 5 years ago. And we are in several other schools too. We've done some GED tutoring over at Four Oaks Day Center. Most people who work for Newsom Bailey are retired educators, and we have amazing volunteers. Everyone's volunteer until they hired me because I had a previous background in social work and doing IEPs with schools and also working in the school library. No one ever got paid. The founders, everybody, all the money that was generated, given directly to the students we worked with food. So they pay me a little bit. I bill them a couple bucks an hour, but if you want more information about us and things that we do, I do have some trifolds. But yeah, that's what Newsom Bailey does. I appreciate that Buckroe Baptist gave us free offices over here. We don't pay for that. And that gives me a place to interview new volunteers and just a place to work when I need a professional setting. Because most of the time I'm directly in the schools. In fact, I need to be at Kiln Creek Elementary by 11. So we almost always do all of our work early in the morning. The main subjects are hit first thing in the morning when kids' brains are fresh. So we go in during reading hours. Schools assign us our students. It's not a pick and choose kind of thing, and we don't do direct tutoring. If we had several hundred volunteers around town, we would take that on too. But what we do is very targeted to kids who are falling behind. So we take the batch of the slowest learners and several classes at each school, and then they're assigned to us. So if I knew your personality was like this, I would hook you up with a student who had a similar personality. You would work for 15 or 20 minutes, and then you'd switch out for another student until the full reading block, which is never more than 90 minutes. But it's really fun. Everybody really, the volunteers get as much joy from this as the kids do, and they really appreciate it. We've never had a behavioral problem with a student. They love the one-to-one attention. So that's what Newsom Bailey does. And does anyone have any questions?
Are you looking to have a presence in Hampton schools? Sounds like all of the tutoring happens in Newport News.
We have been in Hampton. Hampton, and it's no secret, so I'll just tell you, they have a background check process, which, by the way, I'm also authorized to do background checks. So no one gets a Newsom Bailey shirt until I've background checked them. In addition to that, Hampton does a background check that is relatively fast until they hand it over to the Hampton Police Department, at which point it can take 6 months. And that is the main problem that we've had with working with Hampton schools. It just is. For instance, when the first year that we were at the elementary school down the road, I had some people that were approved, and I got approved 6 months later. I had approved it, I had applied in April, and also I do a lot of other things, so it should have maybe been an easier approval process. I got approved in December. So I had a team of people that I'm supervising in that school starting in November, which really should have been starting in October. We start working with students after they do the baseline testing in August and September. So I'm like, did I offend the police officer? I'm sorry.
He didn't hear it.
That has been an ongoing issue with getting faith-based agencies and other nonprofits into the Hampton schools. My board said until they work that out, it's kind of, we really need 12 to 15 people in there or we can't really make a noticeable difference, and our goal is to make a noticeable difference. Any other questions? Thanks for choosing the easy one.
All right, thank you, appreciate that. Officer Brown, if you would you please give us our crime stats?
Right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Right. Ran the crime stats for last month up until today's date. The numbers actually look very, very good. We only had 2 reports. And I circled a larger area of Buckroe, which included the convenience store, Little Ease, and that was a theft, shoplifting. You all also had, the second report was, no, that wasn't a report, but I wanted to talk to you about it. There was a shots fired on January 9th. Officers came out, they heard a man and a woman scream, but they looked around and they didn't find anything. So it was called in, nothing was found, and thankfully no one got hurt because we didn't find anything. But the call just said that the call came in as shots fired, 4 shots heard, and a man and woman screaming. And that was in the area of Buckroe Avenue. So just wanted to put that out there. Other than that, there were 100, I don't know if I've already said it, 117 calls for service. There were 31 keep checks, which is officers checking the area. 19 all other, which are like phone calls to speak to an officer about forgery, things like that. 7 animal calls, 3 parking complaints, and all the other ones were like suspicious activity. I looked into them. They were like people walking in the area, but officers checked the area. Nobody was doing anything. There were 3 death investigations, but I didn't look into that. I don't really put that information out to you all. I just put it out there that there were some death investigations in the area. Had some disturbances and some, that's it. So it's nothing that up here that I would say, hey, please, keep on the lookout, but I will say that we appreciate you all calling. The numbers do show that you're calling, and we are appreciative of the numbers going down in the area. And like I said, this time I circled an even larger frame of Buckroe, and just thinking I would get more numbers to tell you all, but I mean, no bad news is good news. So, I mean, that's good, but the weather will soon start to break. So I will say to you all, don't stop calling. As the weather gets warmer, our patrols will increase at Buckroe area because we know how the beaches get when they get warmer. But I believe that last year wasn't as bad. You're always going to have some kid issues and some things happen, but we're going to be just as proactive as we were last year. So if you all need us, just let us know. Also, I'd like to put out there, we have TIPACOP coming up on March 20th at Mezcal. So the year before last, we did it at Long Point Steakhouse, very successful. We raised $3,000 for the Special Olympics. Sergeant Birdsong and a couple other officers and chief just pole and plunge this weekend. Not Officer Brown. I donate. But they jumped in the negative 600-degree water, but he said they had a great time. But I'm actually in charge of the TIPACOP, where we'll be up here at Mezcal on Nickerson, and we'll be your waiter and waitresses from 12 to 9 p.m. So it's a fun event. We're gonna have a few officers out there. Like I said, we'll be out there from open to closing. They're looking forward to it. So if you don't have anything to do that day, come on out, support us. Tip your waiter and waitress first. And then we're gonna ask if you don't mind making an extra donation for the Special Olympics. So it's a good time, and I hope you all can make it out there.
What's the date on that?
Yeah, what was the date?
Oh, March 20th. It's a Friday, and it's gonna be from 12 to 9.
And are you all gonna put that on Facebook?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I just want to throw it out to you guys early. But we're gonna make a video and everything. And so, the owner was, very gracious to let us use his restaurant because the corporate stuff, like the other places, said no.
Yeah.
We asked everybody, and there was really nobody open to letting us come in there. We weren't supposed to do it at Longhorns, what corporate said. They said, y'all shouldn't have did it the first time, but I was like, all right. But yeah, it was a good turnout. I mean, the business, they even said the business did very well. So, we're hoping that you all come out to Mezcal. I love Mezcal. So that's all I have.
Does anybody have any questions?
Did you want to elaborate on something about the little eaves? I thought you said you were coming.
Oh, it was just a shoplifting.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody stole something. So that was the extra place that I circled on the Buckroe just to add into the numbers for you all. So.
Perfect, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Oh, one other thing. Car larcenies are going up. That's an increase that when they had the chief access ComStat meetings where everybody brings the numbers to the table. So please lock your door. That seems to be increasing right now. So lock your doors because they're not breaking windows. And all the reports, nobody's window's been shattered. They just been unlocked doors. So it's just an easy grab. And these guys are out here. I watched the video. Some of you might have Ring. You can see it. Everybody puts everything on the Ring app. We're monitoring the Ring app, but these guys coming at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's kind of asleep. So just lock your door and please don't leave guns, anything of value in the car. If you have to go somewhere and leave something of value in the car, leave it in the trunk. That's the best place I can say to leave it. But please don't leave a firearm because that's the worst thing you can do. So that's all. Yes.
So is there a concern about people who turn on the cars in the morning before you leave because it's 18 degrees outside?
Yeah, that's always a concern. You can, we've had it to where people remotely start their cars and then they come outside and their car's gone. Some cars will shut off, some will make it a couple miles, but we have seen some times where the car just keeps going and your car's gone. So I start my car. I have the remote start, but I'm constantly looking outside. I'm just like that. If I'm gonna do something like that, I'm constantly looking outside, but just make sure the door is locked. If you're gonna remote start your car, make sure it's locked.
Okay.
Some people will unlock it so that they want the door to be unlocked because they don't wanna have to push the unlock button when they go outside. I'm telling you, this is exactly right there.
Wow.
They're like, oh, I don't wanna open the door when I get outside, it's too cold, but come on. The car's warm, So, if you remote start it, just hit the lock button so that the car locks. But don't unlock it. Don't make it easy. That's pretty much it. Does anybody else have any questions? All right, thank you. Anybody else?
They asked about car break-ins and thefts, but I think you just covered that, so we're good. All right, Mr. Griffin, if you would, please, and then.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
My name is Joe Griffin, and I wanted to thank Cody for inviting me this morning. I'm your neighbor down in Phoebus. I'm here today to let you know that I'm running for city council in 2026. The election is November 3rd, and early voting starts in September. I am the neighborhood commissioner for Phoebus, and I've been serving in that role for 7 years now. The one thing I like to keep in mind that supports that work is that we're all neighbors, no matter how far away we are, even we're in different districts. And that guides my work. And that goal is to make sure that we're safer, more prosperous, and more connected. Because when we're more connected, and the police will be the first ones to tell you this, when we're more connected, there's less breathing room for crime. So, rewind to the society of 50 years ago, the small towns that we had, sprawl has kind of dissipated that, and we know each other less, and we find our validation online. But I want to make sure that we know each other more, because that has myriad benefits to us as a society. So that work continues as commissioner. I'll continue doing that, until my term is up next year. So in that work over the last 7 years, what I've done, among the things that I've done, is secured grants for Phoebus. And that's allowed us to pursue consultants that helped create a Main Street district, Mallory Street and Mellon Street. And that's encouraged small businesses to move in, restaurants, retail, and it's created a destination district for people to visit. And it makes it safer for people to walk down the street at nighttime. It makes people that live around the vicinity of the downtown more delighted to live there. And I want to continue doing that work, but I feel that it is replicable across the city. Making a Main Street is hard work, but it only happens through connectivity with the community. So I'm really thankful for the people. As Mr. Rogers once said, look for the helpers. You have to go out there and look for the people that care about the community, because when you do, the benefits just cascade. And so in that work, bringing in new businesses, preserving some of the charm we have in our downtown with the historic architecture, making sure that those buildings are able to be reused for small businesses. That's all important and intentful work, but it's also replicable across Hampton. Also in that work, I've been able to work with the community to create a living shoreline at the Phoebus Waterfront Park, because we're a community that sits at sea level. And that's not going to change. It's actually just going to exacerbate whether or not you believe in the science or not, we are at sea level. We're going to experience erosion and we're going to experience catastrophic storms. And when we're looking at making sure that our shorelines are more resilient, like by creating living shorelines and creating rain gardens and all the things that go with it, we're helping flood mitigation, because the water has to go somewhere. And so I understood that we need to be a resilient community, so I threw myself at that work as well. Outside of the Phoebus work, I'm also a neighborhood commissioner. Also a planning commissioner for the city of Hampton. My day job is I'm a museum designer for the Smithsonian museums up in the DC area and the presidential libraries. I do that remotely here. And I also was part of the delegation that helped Hampton win its 5th All-American City Award last year. And all of those titles, they're not really that important. What's important is progress. And that's why I'm here. I want to make sure that we move forward with a vision for the future that is strategic and impactful. And we can't do that with a little more of the same each year. We have to make bold decisions. And that may be looking at city code to see how we can benefit people who live outside of these urban cores and move businesses out so that you could walk down the street to a corner market, for example, or you have a record store right down the street or something like that. But we have to make sure that the city code supports it. We have to make sure that we have ordinances that take care of people who neglect their properties for years and years and years and do nothing with them, because that doesn't benefit us as a city either. So we have to look at these things, make sure that we have code that supports a strong city. Strong neighborhoods mean a strong city. All that crime can get rooted out by making sure that we have a tighter community, that know each other. So we have to invest in our neighborhoods first, right? We can't think about the tourists coming in first, can we? We have to make sure that we have strong communities. And so I want to make sure that we're there for our people, the people that are the young people, especially. They're moving out, they're going to opportunities in other cities. We need to spur investment in Hampton that keeps our young people here. And so providing opportunity to everybody is super important. Every year in the wintertime, I work with the people in North Phoebus to hand out food and new toys so that the kids that don't have something that year. And in the springtime, work with the rest of the communities across the cities to do a citywide cleanup. And that's impactful because people can come out that morning and get involved and feel like they're part of something bigger. And we need that civic pride more than ever. There are 3 council positions up for grabs this November. And I'm asking for your support and your vote for one of those spots. In September, like I said, can't come soon enough because of this weather, can it? Early voting's in September. So I'd encourage y'all to get out there and early vote. And if you could tell your friends and your neighbors that you know Joe, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, thanks for your time, everybody. I'll answer all of your questions afterwards. I want to meet each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just got to plug in my computer real quick. Ms. Isles, if you would, please.
Oh my goodness, I missed somebody because they came in late.
Not pointing out, not pointing out. No, I just want to make sure you get the. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm Wendy Isles. I'm with Clean City. We're a division of Public Works. We're also known as Hampton Clean City Commission. We have been around, believe it or not, we're coming up on our 49th year in the city. How many of you have heard of us before? Oh, that's awesome. So one of our things we do, oh, and by the way, I love this. Y'all have heard of Keep America Beautiful? Okay, so we've been an affiliate in good standing and in the President's Club for over 25 years with Keep America Beautiful. So we believe in their tenets of beautification. So we have a B-City USA affiliate as well as part of our beautification team. Litter and recycling, not just awareness, but my favorite is how to recycle right. Yeah, of course, litter abatement. We are the managers of the Adopt a Spot program here in Hampton. And those are clean businesses. So we have clean and green businesses. And the last one, of course, is something that's kind of a lot of the public doesn't know about. It's School Pride in Action. So our School Pride in Action team is made up of teachers and administrators from Hampton City Schools. And they plan every year on environmental activities for their students. We interact with them, we support them as much as we can for Hampton City Schools. And I mean, it's pretty amazing because there's like 28 people on that team from Hampton City Schools. You think about how much teachers already give to their students. And so they take time and also come to those meetings and work outside those meetings to discuss environmental activities with their students. This past weekend, I wasn't even gonna mention it, but this past weekend, we participated as a commission and as an agency at Creation Care Day at Fox Hill Central United. There's so many churches. And that's a great thing, but there's so many United Methodist churches, and it's like, did I go to Fox Hill? Or did I go to Fox Hill Central or First Fox Hill? So I was at Fox Hill Central, I hope is the right one, on Beach Road. Creation Care Day, which is an environmental festival or an event. And we had students from Pekin High School, students of agriculture, come out, and they were just the most fabulous volunteers. And these kids were great. They did, we took old t-shirts and cut them up and made them into dog pull toys. Showed people how to do winter sewing. If you haven't heard of that, it's SOWING. Look it up, it's very cool. We had students doing eco environment cards. What does the environment mean to you? And then there were other activities as well that were related to the environment. But it was nice that these students took time on Saturday morning. They came out and spent 5 hours with me, which is a lot. But one of the things, as I said, one of the things that I love is recycling. And so that's why I like to pass out these recycling stress balls, stress toys, because I don't want anybody to stress about recycling. It is one of the easiest things that you can do, because just remember this: when you go to your recycle bin, when in doubt,
Throw it out.
throw it out. That's right. We have a steam plant here, and I know y'all have been to the steam plant. You've been to the steam plant. I know Joe's been to the steam plant. Anybody else? Okay. Yes. I invite you to go on the tour to the steam plant. It is cool. It's about 2.5 hours out of your day, and that's part of that is drive time. The NASA steam plant is where your regular household trash goes. And so once it gets there, it is incinerated, and the steam that is generated, because they spray water into this, steam that's generated goes over to power NASA next door. And so if you're just kind of stuck on that piece of recycling and go, is this recyclable? Throw it out. Just let's keep it easy. Just throw it out, because you know it's just going to help NASA out, and it helps the city because it's not going to the landfill. Okay. Any questions on that one? That's pretty easy. That's pretty easy. The other thing, as I said, we manage the Adopt a Spot program. The requirements are real easy. You agree to clean up an area. It doesn't have to be a super long street. I don't recommend anybody take all of Pembroke Avenue. She'll be out there for a month. But just a section. If you decided hypothetically this to take from where we are now down to the community garden, you know, that's all you need to do. You pick your spot that you have adopted, and you're 4 times a year. That's all we ask, 4 times a year. After you do it a couple of years, then we actually do buy you a sign and have it installed for you, which is very cool. And we just designed new ones last year, and they're absolutely beautiful. So that's something to start looking to at street signs. That's the other thing I'm going to ask you all about. And I'm going to speak briefly tonight at the neighborhood commission meeting about the Adopt a Spot program, because we found a couple of old Adopt a Spot signs out there, and we never heard of the groups. So now we're going around the city and asking groups such as yours, take a look. If you see a sign that says Adopt a Spot and it's old and faded, please email me and let me know. Our email address is, you can go to hampton.gov/clean city and find our email address, but it's easy, hccc@hampton.gov. And so that is real briefly just a couple of our programs. Questions? I talk fast, I know. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. I taught, and several years ago, there was I thought it was the Clean City Commission, came in with a big crab, it was Clean Claw or something, and presented programs to the schools. Do you still do something like that, or is that big red crab still around? Because he sort of got the kids' attention.
Yeah. So we haven't been able to get anybody in the crabby suit. And actually, I don't even know where it went. I saw it, oh my gosh, 5 years ago.
Right, well, it made an impact on the kids, I know, and picking up litter at Buckroe. It sure would be nice if you were in the schools teaching kids who could in turn teach their parents that, no, Mom, we shouldn't put this plastic bottle on the beach and leave it, you know?
It's interesting, and thank you for that. We do go into the schools, not just work with the teachers, but we actually do outreach at the schools, and we talk about things like impacts on our waterways, because we have the Hampton Waterways group as well, committee as well. So if you're really big on the impact that the environment's having and the people are having on our waterways, please feel free to come out to our meetings. The schedule is on our Facebook page and on our website. But we do go into the schools and we talk about how they're littering and how other people's littering impacts.
Okay. So I grew up in the mountains of North Carolina with all the national parks around, and I grew up with Smokey the Bear, you know. I was taught not to be a litter bug back then. I don't know if you can say litter bug now or not. But,
you can, and did you know he turned 80 last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually did some outreach with schools on Smokey the Bear, and we gave out with the Forest Service, we gave out some stuff.
It is ingrained in me, and I would just like to see this generation be more appreciative of what we have.
That's one thing I appreciate about the teachers who come out and work with us, is that they really want their students. We've got a kindergarten teacher at Burbank who takes her kids anytime the weather's decent. She'll take her kids out and they walk the school grounds and clean up litter. And then a couple of years ago, she actually had the kids graph what they found. And yeah, that was very, very cool. So this is kindergarten. I don't remember this. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I know I talk fast. And so there's so much, I get so excited about recycling and about litter abatement and kids and stuff. Thank you.
All right, does anybody have any questions or comments for anybody else who spoke today? Anybody for the officers, Joe? Okay, I do have something I'm gonna share with you guys. I did share with the block captains already. So I am stepping down from Neighborhood Watch and Keep Buckroe Beautiful. Things have not worked out in certain pathways, so I'm probably likely going to move. So if anybody is willing to step up and take the place, I'm more than happy to show you what to do. It's pretty easy, it's not as hard as it looks. So anybody who is welcome to do that, you can. I have one person who maybe is interested, otherwise they will end. So, anybody?
I know.
Alrighty, well, in that case, the meeting is over. I will let you guys know if there's gonna be another meeting, if that person decides to step up or if somebody else does. Spread the word. If somebody wants to step up, I will show them. Again, it's pretty easy to do. Otherwise, I will let you know what's going on next.
Cody, Cody, you know what I'm gonna say. There just isn't enough thanks for all you've got. That'll never happen. It's gonna take more than one person to do even this much of what you do. We're so grateful. You and me, Phoebus, just.
Shh, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I've had enough emotions this week. And I partied a little too hard last night, so I definitely don't have the capacity. All right, but thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you guys for everything. You guys are what made this work possible. It wasn't just me. If it wasn't for y'all, what could it run? So just remember that. And you can still keep doing it. You don't have to have a leader to do it. You can always call the police anytime you see something. They're still going to be there for you. If you're walking the beach, you can still pick up trash. I have plenty of buckets and pickers if anybody wants more. So just keep that in mind. But otherwise, it was a great experience to be here, and I appreciate everything you guys do.
Cody, what's that schedule on the beach thing? When does it run?
So I did change it. I used to do it from May 15th through September 15th, and I would do it 6 days a week. I started it, I think we did 6 to 9 most days, and the 2 days I was off, I did it a little shorter. This year I did shorten it if I was going to do it, and it was going to be the same dates, but instead Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 6 to 9 a.m. So if you're interested in doing that, I have the sign, buckets, pickers, and all that stuff. Reporting is pretty easy. You just talk to Plain City, and then they give it to Keep America Beautiful, right? And then that helps the city out as well. So it's a pretty simple task. It's just a commitment. So
Can you post those details of the recommended calendar?
Yeah.
And the watch things that it can be circulated?
yeah, and I do have it posted on the Keep Buckroe Beautiful group, like it's the cover photo. So if you click our cover photo, it has the dates and the times and where we do that. So
Could I put Jacqueline in the bikini on the Keep Buckroe Beautiful thing?
you can do whatever you want to do.
might
Just
do
be
it.
aware of what may come of it.
I might do it if I can do that.
I think we should put you in a bikini on that. Yeah, I think you'd be better fit.
Hey, Cody, effective
I'm all
what?
for that.
Immediately?
Yeah, this is our last meeting unless somebody steps up. Again, we have one person interested. She said she may do it next month, but she has not gave full commitment yet, so I cannot say. So if anybody else is willing to help, assist with her, or wants to step up, you're welcome to. And again, I will show you how to do it. It's really not that difficult. Officer Brown is also there to help you out with that.
Would you also put the reporting information on
The
your Facebook page, on the,
URL.
yeah,
Yes.
and all that? They do.
Yeah, because we calculate how many buckets, and then I do about pounds on average, and then how many people, and what else did I miss this year? Hours?
Number of hours.
Hours. So it's 3 things you have to collect, and it's pretty simple to do that. So, any other questions, comments? Alrighty, well, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it.
Wow, thank you. Wendy, is that your business card?
Yes, ma'am. And I was gonna say, if anyone would like my business card, I've got some.
We did better, so was that Lloyd and Lauren from Hampton?
Actually, no,
Because I know they're, I'm a gentleman.